What's good, people? Back in the building again with another character video from the test build for Streets of Rage 4. This time we're going to go over Cherry. Now Cherry is a character that gets love, but we don't really see enough of her because she's by far the hardest character to play in the game. I think it's pretty well known at this point, right? The recent build of the game has brought quite a few welcome changes to her gameplay, so Cherry fans, let's get ready to dig into what's in store for our newest hero in this game. So let's check it out. In this build, Cherry's damage has been increased across the board to balance out her risk reward to better reward the player for their efforts with Cherry, which in my honest opinion was kind of necessary. It's most noticeable on her mount pummel, as it's kind of like a center point of her gameplay, so I think Cherry players will find that having more damage is going to be, very, very good for her. So in addition to Cherry's damage output being increased, Cherry also now has increased hit stop on her auto combo. In the retail build, she doesn't really get much hit stop off of her auto combo, making it a lot harder to combo into things like defensive special or even reversed neutral air attack. And she kind of needs those things in order to wave clear a bit better. Because there are a lot of combo videos out there that kind of show you can kind of reset, if you will, but the enemies can actually still hit you, especially the Z's, the yellow pants Donovans. When they come out of hit stun, they will armor up and just uppercut you out of it. So this change makes things like her auto combo third hit into any and all of her options outside the auto combo finisher so much more viable. But what's one buff without another, right? Let's get into another buff. Cherry's fourth hit in her auto combo is now jump cancelable. Yes, friends, you heard right. Jump cancelable. Guilty Gear mechanics, huh? Kind of cool, right? This new change to Cherry really opens up her general combo scheme and allows her to wave clear like the rest of the main roster, just in her way now, right? She's always been able to do things her way because Cherry is just so unique, right? But now this opens up so much more now, right? And this change really made me happy, as I felt like she needed a bit more for her mid-screen combos, because I think while they're okay, I think you kind of were locked into certain things, so I think this opens up a lot more of her gameplay, right? But now here's the kicker, friends. Now get ready. I know that first jump cancel sounded really cool, but there's more. The jump cancels don't actually stop there. Now, Cherry's third hit of her grounded throw combo is also jump cancelable now, opening up more combo opportunities from her grabs. Whew, what a change. What a change, you guys. Another one of my all-time favorite changes for Cherry because, as I said before, her combo scheme is now just opening up even more. But something's not quite right. I think we can push a little bit further with that, huh? What do you guys think? Think so? I think so. Well, you can rejoice as one more buff to her throw. Her neutral attack from her throw is also jump cancelable as well. So basically all of Cherry's launchers are now jump cancelable. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We have more creativity now, but we're still not done yet. Now, on her auto combo, the final hit in her auto combo is now fully invincible. Whew, what a change. Now this is going to make dealing with Donovans and Dillavins, when you decide that you don't want to go for any kind of fancy stuff, you can kind of rely on your auto combo and it's full invul on that last hit. So it really makes it so you don't get anti-aired for free anymore, which is by far, for any kind of Cherry players, I'm sure you guys love that because, Donovans and Dillons that just hit you out of the air anti-air freely because, they're programmed to be anything is airborne, pop it. We're not going to deal with that. So now you have invul frames to deal with that now. So now it makes her auto combo more useful and you get to pick and choose now. So this is kind of like the name of the game with Cherry right now with a lot of these buffs, is that there's a lot of pick and choose now. So you get to really plan out what you want to do when you're attacking, right? It's really neat. Now we can stop there, but we're not. We're going to keep going because guess what? The charge attack version of this move has similar iframes. Now it is invincible on rising before contact. So as it goes up on the charge version, it is invul. As it's coming down, it loses its invul. So as you're rising, basically when they're trying to anti you from the charge attack version, if Donovan's or Dylan's trying to anti you as you're going up, you should be able to pass through them and punish them on recovery. Now, it's going to make dealing with rough situations a little bit easier when you want to out that's not a defensive special. Now, there is kind of a small nerf to the air version of this move, where it's similar to the grounded version, but we're going to come back to this move later on in this video, so let's go and keep that in mind, okay? We're going to keep this in our mind. So let's move forward. Her back throw has also been fixed due to enemies not following through with the full animation in the corner. I know this has kind of been an issue with Cherry players, and I know it's kind of a big gripe, because you throw enemies into the corner and it's like, why? Why do they still stand there? Why do I get punished? So that has been normalized, and now she throws like everyone else, so it's a nice little quality of life change there. Cherry's forward special attack speed has been increased. It is a faster move now. Rejoice, this move got a nice buff. It's so much faster now in comparison to retail. In the retail build, this move is rather slow and can actually get players punished in a lot of cases. So like, it's like your OTG move of choice, but you kind of don't always want to use it. Well, now that's not so much the case. So much more faster now, so you can use it as your preferred OTG if you like, without the worry of being popped out of it or what have you. You can also use it even more on offense now if you just want to like approach with it. It's great. It's really great. It's so much faster now, and I think a lot of players are going to appreciate that. Now, one of the main key points of Cherry's gameplay is her grab mount, where she jumps on top of the opponent's heads. It's still intact, but enemies can take away from it now, so you do have to be a lot faster in terms of what you want to do with it. You do get a few reps on some bosses, just like it is in the retail, but as I said before, they can tech out and recover and escape the grab situation, so you kind of have to plan ahead. You get about 4 to 6, 7-ish reps. On the 7th rep they will escape, but you can get just underneath that. So you want to plan your damage ahead and make sure that you do what you need to do the damage, right? Regular enemies can also escape too, so keep that in mind. Specifically like the cops, the Barneys, etc., like they can escape. So now in comes a change that I must admit, when you say it out loud, it seems funny, but it actually works very, very well. Cherry's jump down attack, OTGs now. Jump down attack being her pogo attack. That move actually OTGs now. Now this makes Cherry the only other character in the game with several OTGs. I believe Cherry now has 4 OTGs available in her arsenal. It's a great move to use when you don't want to use forward special and spend HP or jump special for an OTG kill. Now I'm going to return to this move now, right? That we talked about earlier, which was her jump dive punch, right? This move's invincibility was adjusted because of the new pogo and its OTG and the iframes that it has. You're very low to the ground. So while it was kind of a nerf, it's essentially a buff, because now you can pogo and kill someone who has low HP and still use the dunk punch to basically get rid of enemies and still retain those iframes. So it's not as bad. It sounds bad, but once you get used to it, you really understand why this change is like that. If it had full invul like retail, it'd be probably too OP, but this pretty much balances it out because the pogo leaves you so low to the ground. So this is how you're supposed to use this move now when you're dealing with enemies who can anti-air you, as opposed to enemies who cannot. So going back to the Donovans and the Dylans, now you have these options. So it's a nice little balance of risk reward. Can't have everything be too OP, but it's balanced. And that's the big focus of this test build, is to balance out the player risk reward and whatnot. There's a minor nerf to Cherry, and it's the loss of her corner blitz loops due to added gravity after each hit. She can get about 3 reps total before having to go into super to relaunch and set up another wave of that from the rep. It's okay. It's not the worst. It's not the best. I'm kind of impartial to it personally, because a lot of the biggest things of this build now is to try to get rid of the infinites and anything of that sort. And the way that they made Cherry now, with the way things work in terms of her damage output, she won't really need this. And not to mention, blitz loops are kind of hard to set up as it is anyway. My honest opinion is it's fine, because with the regrab, the jump regrabs, those are okay in terms of racking up damage against bosses. And I mean, in general, Cherry has so many ways to do more damage to bosses now, it's like, it's insane. So, it's not necessarily too bad. I think we can live without the blitz loops, if you want my honest opinion. Whew. That was a whole lot, huh? Cherry literally has become my new favorite character to play, as her potential in gameplay as well. It's pretty much as they say, right? The sky's the limit, right? She's such a high skill cap character. It just never stops with her. She is by far the highest skill cap character in the entire game. And now with these changes, it makes Cherry a lot more well-rounded and easier to pick up for players who are just wanting to enjoy Cherry and not really get too deep into it, but know that there is another layer to Cherry that if you decide to go that route, you know, you do have that available to you. It just takes a little bit of time to get there, right? I just want to remind everybody as well, I know this comes up a lot in the comments from the Axel videos, just want to make sure I put this out here at the end. These build notes are subject to change upon release. Nothing is truly set in stone, so please keep that in mind. I also know a lot of people have asked me on the previous video, when will this patch be released? Well, the real answer is, I think it's best that the developers let you guys know instead of me. With that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please sit tight until the next video. You guys take care, okay? Peace.